Hello and welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation with me, your host, Owen, the channel that brings you your team every single day, guys. I'll bring you, obviously, we'll do a proper reaction to this video on the morning video, the morning news video, as we talk about what happened in the game last night, break the game down a little bit, look at it, look at the chances we created, etc., etc. But I just wanted to bring you some news that's just come out as regards John Lundstrum. Now, John Lundstrum was involved in the incident in the first half that led to the St Johnstone player initially getting a yellow card, which was then once reviewed by VAR. Here, the yellow card was overturned, much in the same way that Cifuentes was, and a red card was issued. Quite rightly so. Now, if you watch that tackle back, it was an absolutely horrific tackle on Lundstrum. I think he's quite lucky that Lundstrom didn't end up with a broken leg or a broken ankle. At no point is that player in control. At no point is that player in a position to actually not injure John Lundstrum. Lundstrom stayed down for quite a while, did get back up, played the rest of the first half, but then was substituted at half-time for Dujon Sterling. When the manager spoke to the media tonight after the game, he was pretty incandescent with rage. He said that John Lundstrom may not be back before the winter break. He said, "I am very frustrated as another player kicked out of the game. I am boiling just now, so it is better I calm down before I speak." So clear that Philippe Clement is absolutely raging inside at another one of our players being kicked out of a game by a bunch of hammer-throwing yobs from St Johnstone. And you look at times, I think, in this game today and in a number of games, there is seemingly an intention to go out there and deliberately injure skillful players, to take out players. And look, there has to be action taken on this, whether those players wear blue or whether those players wear green and grey. If we are going to truly attract top talent back to Scotland and show top talent that Scotland is a place to actually come and play, we need to protect those players. And if these unskilled yobbos like St Johnstone tonight are allowed to go out deliberately injuring players, as that guy did tonight, if you watch that tackle back, it is quite clear at no point does that player have any concerns for John Lundstrom's safety, for not injuring John Lundstrom. It is clearly one of those cleaning out tackles, one of those tackles to lay down a marker on a player. And John Lundstrom, obviously, who has been an absolutely key member of this team, is going to be a huge, huge loss. Now, if it is that he is out until after the winter break, then this leaves us desperately short in that centre midfield area. Fortunately, tonight, Kieran Dowell came back in, did a very fine job. Dujon Sterling has also done a job there. Leon King can also play there again. But the loss of John Lundstrom, and it's quite remarkable that we're talking like this, because obviously at the start of the season, I don't feel we would have been discussing this. But, Lundstrom has been one of our key players since Philippe Clement come in. He's a leader on the pitch, a leader in the dressing room. He's really stepped it up and taken the game to the opposition. Sort of metronomic presence at the back, someone who not only clears it up and clears it out, protects the back four, brings the ball forward, has become a real top player in this team. And now the fact that he is out injured, joining Ryan Jack, Nicholas Raskin, Tom Lawrence, Jose Cifuentes, all out injured, leaves us desperately short in that midfield role. Kieran Dowell's played back there today, but, realistically, as the manager said, that is not his natural position. He's more forward looking. He did very well tonight. I'm very impressed with that, but it does look like that for that game against that lot from across the city on the 30th, there will be no John Lundstrom, there will be no Ryan Jack, there will be no Nicholas Raskin, there will be no Tom Lawrence, there will be no Jose Cifuentes. All five of those first choice players for those two positions will be out injured. And again, you look at the injuries that are sustained, and it is constantly injuries to a lot, with the exception of Ryan Jack. There are injuries that are sustained because of players taking out our players. Philippe Clement is quite right to be absolutely raging tonight about this. And something does need to be done. Protection needs to be put on players. More severe bans onto players who set out to deliberately injure other players. And like I said, you watch that tackle back, and people say, "Well, you're only saying it's because it's a Rangers player." Well, no, I'm saying it because I want the better players in the game to be protected. Now, whether that had happened to Callum McGregor, if that had happened to Leighton Clarkson, if that had happened to Lennon Miller, if that had happened to someone south of the border, then it would be the same thing. We cannot allow players who are seemingly solely intent on injuring other key players on those bigger teams to be allowed to continue to do that. Something needs to be done. The fact that John Lundstrom is now out, I am absolutely with Philippe Clement to be absolutely raging on this. It was a disgusting tackle. It was outrageous. And you know what annoys me is the fact that the Scottish media will not take this as seriously because it's a Rangers player. If that had been John Lundstrum on the St Johnstone player, you can guarantee it would have been back page headlines. It would have been spread all over thing, typical, and it would have been Rangers absolutely dragged through the mud because of it. You know, at the end of the day, it was a disgraceful challenge. Now the fact we're going to be without him until the winter break is just, it's bad news, and more bad news on the injury front. You know, and Clement is right to be absolutely boiling tonight. Like I said, we'll bring you a bit more of a breakdown on the game in tomorrow morning's video. Thank you very much for watching Glasgow Rangers Nation. Thank you to everyone who joined me in the live stream tonight. Hit the sub, ring the notification bell, guys. It does help you keep up to date with all the latest goings on at the club. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, guys, on the way out, 2 jobs. 1, smash the like, and 2, always remember, we are the people.